Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Again, another JAC review here at JAC Cars Pasig. So again, I'd like to thank everyone involved in my shoots today. And as I mentioned in my early reviews, it's about time I reviewed all the OG lineup. So we had the JS4, the JS2, and this T8 Pro Comfort. And this is why I'm most excited to drive this. And it's a manual. The updated T8 Pro here in the Philippines. I remember this was all red, but now I think this is body colored. But if it's pure black, I don't mind it. It kind of gives a more stealthier look now than usual. You have a ground clearance of 210 millimeters, which is standard for all of these pickups in this segment. And these are running on 265, 60, and 18 series tires. Surprisingly, 18 inches for base model. I think that's already one of the best in this segment already. And on the side profile, you get a garnish over here, your usual side steps, repeaters on the side mirror, and two, you get LED headlights all around. But weirdly enough, your fog lamps are all halogen. And one of the few pickup trucks as a base model that has gas stats. How about that? So what we have here is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 137 horsepower and 320 Newton meters of torque. It may not be the most powerful out there, but this is proven and tested to get two OEM fuel filters and battery, which I don't see that much in other vehicles. So I really cannot wait to drive this. And again, this one's mated to a 6-speed manual transmission. I don't talk about fuel filler cups that much, but I make an exception for this because this one curves along with the wheel arch. That's a very nice detail. And here at the rear now of this T8 Pro, it's an industry standard design for all pickup trucks. And you can tell this was one of the OGs before. This, I remember back a few years ago, this was still red. You get the reverse camera, and remember, this is a base model. This does not have assist for the tailgate. So if you know, you know already. We have a total payload capacity of 900 kilograms. It's not the best, but not the worst either. And you can see it's very sturdy. And actually, it's pretty high for a pickup truck in terms of loading stuff in. You get kind of like a sports bar, which I'm surprised comes as standard too, unlike some pickup trucks. And I have to talk about the height of this vehicle. It's kind of hard to go up to the tailgate itself. But remember the wading depth of this. This is, I think, an industry leading car. This one stands at 1,200 millimeters. Now, this is the interior of this T8 Pro. How very handy the side steps. It looks small on camera, but it does the job really, really well. Here the door card. So, that actually sounds really good. A lot of leather and an aluminum mesh around in the door handles itself. And surprisingly, leather for a base model with red stitching. And the design overall on the dashboard is pretty good too. You get engine start stop button again with the leather with red stitching that stretches all the way to the front of the dashboard. You get a vlogging place here on top of the dashboard, but it's really small like that of the JS2 Pro. Here on the left side, you get your side mirror and headlight leveler adjustments. And for the steering wheel, it's only tilt, but hey, it's fine. And for once, the steering wheel design is much different compared with the crossovers itself, but I don't mind it. It's 4-spoke as well. The stitching is okay too, not as rough as one might expect. You get your cruise control functions on the left side and volume and instrument cluster and phone connectivity buttons too on the right side. So the buttons layout's actually very similar like that of the JS4 and the JS8. So for adjusting your music or radio stations, they're here on the edge of the left side, but the volumes are here on the right side. So a little bit confusing. And surprisingly, you have cruise control for this manual transmission, and it's a 6-speed. You can tell already it's a little bit notchy than usual, but it's, again, pretty standard for pickup truck. And reverse is kind of like a dog leg. So pull this ring up. That's how you engage reverse gear. And you have a reverse camera with dynamic guidelines. So with the quality, but I'm willing to forgive it with this price point. And speaking of, for a base model, this has an infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. The resolution is okay. The response time, yeah, a little bit laggy, but hey, At least you can do a lot of stuff with this. I've heard the speakers too, not bad for a stock pickup truck, but I wish it was just a tiny bit better. And it makes up for it. You have an OEM fire extinguisher. I only know 2 Chinese pickup trucks, including this one, that have fire extinguishers as standard. And as well, you have a digital instrument cluster that displays a lot of information, and you get analog surrounds for your engine temperature and for your fuel meter. Above here, you get your halogen lights, sunglasses holder, visor. Oh, there's not even a mirror. Weird. But at least you have ticket clip holders. Doesn't extend, but as you can see on camera, it does cover my eyes, at least in my diving position. I am short. And further down the infotainment system, you get an array of buttons here for your heating controls. I don't know what this is. I will find out later. I think this is a filter button, electronic stability control button, 2 blanks, and glove box. Okay, I think it's pretty much the same with the rest of the JAC lineup. And further here, behind the gear lever itself, you get a cubby space, electronic parking brake, another cubby space for your phone, and 1 cup holder. So this blank over here, I think, is an auto hold function. And don't worry, if you do not want a T8 Pro with a manual transmission, there is an automatic transmission available. But take note though, this T8 Pro only comes as 4x2 variants. So I don't know why we do not get the 4x4 here in our country, but hey, few years back then, like as I keep saying with the OG lineup, this was still a 4x2 model, never as a 4x4. And what I don't recall to, if not mistaken only, you can correct me in the comments down below, I remember the earlier ones had a sunroof, so I don't know why now they decided to remove that. Maybe it's available in the automatic van. Let's see in the future. Hopefully there will be a display here in JAC Pasig. Center console box, okay, pretty decent. And again, with more of the leather with red stitching. Same too here with the seats. I think one of the best looking seats for a base model. Again, all leather, fabric for the outer layers, red stitching, bolstering. Yeah, pretty decent. And first impressions, the clutch is surprisingly light for a pickup top. Even though the travel is really long, and I assume already the bite is somewhere in the midpoint, not usually at the high point like with my former daily pickup trucks. You already know that story. Now here at the back seats of this T8 Pro, here in the door card, pretty much the same like the ones in front. I really can't stand this door tab. It's really good for a Chinese vehicle in general, but as a pickup truck, knowing me, I was a former pickup owner, this build quality is really good. So you get 2 map pockets on either side, and in the middle, surprisingly for a base model, you get 2 air conditioning vents and 1 type A USB port. And the space is pretty decent. Well, I mean, the feet and knee room is really good. The headroom, pretty standard for a pickup truck. Remember, I am 5'4", so I think around 6-footers will still be safe here at the rear. And here in the center, you get a armrest with 2 cup holders with flimsy grips on them. And I like the seats too are all leather at the rear. You cannot get that in any other base model. So I keep saying that because I'm flabbergasted on the quality and the specs given by with this T8 Pro. And if I sit in the middle, the cushion is really soft, even softer than either side. Transmission tunnel stalls the size of my shoe. It's wide, but you can literally put your feet up. However, there's just a little bit of lack of thigh support, but I don't mind it. And you can sit like 3 to 5 people of my size here at the rear. And like with all pickup trucks, this passes because you can have extra storage down there at the rear. So you can literally put your Christmas gifts and hide them there at the rear. I don't see other toys there at there. But again, another industry standard with this T8 Pro. Right, first drive with this T8 Pro, and I'm so happy I'm driving a manual vehicle once again. As you all know, everything nowadays is all automatic. And I'm really impressed how light this clutch is for a diesel pickup truck. I was not expecting this at all. And the bite of the clutch is somewhere near the midpoints, not the usual high ones like what you get in other pickup trucks. And a bit weird too that you have an electronic parking brake rather than a manual handbrake itself. And let's finally go for it. All right, so yeah, the numbers say it's not the most powerful out there, but there's still some punch to it. Of course, that's given with diesel pickup trucks, given all the torque in the world almost instantly. And here's second gear rollout. Yeah, there's not much turbo lag. I think it's just a little bit more of a throttle delay. It's somewhat peppy, and over humps and bumps, you can feel, yeah, like with every other pickup truck, again, it's a little bit jittery and a bit stiff. But I'm used to it by now, since you all know me. I used to own 2 manual pickup trucks. I will not say the name for obvious reasons. This will be an ideal daily for me, and for its price point too, which I'll get later on. And the NVH though, so-so. I mean, if you don't include the engine noise itself, the rest of it is really good. And as a 4x2 vehicle too, wait, here's the big bump. Oh yeah, it's alright. And remember, as a 4x2 vehicle too, the sting is a bit lighter than usual, and it's not as heavy. And the bumps here now on a smooth road is, yeah, just like a normal pickup truck once again. So this T8 Pro is not the best out there, but it's not technically the worst either. It's just right there smack in the middle. I really can't wait now. I know I love this manual transmission. I want to see now how the automatic will fare out, because I remember that had an 8-speed auto rather than this a 6-speed. Brakes is pretty good too. It's not too mushy. This has one of the best brake feels out there. And I love, yeah, despite not having much insulation in the engine, you can hear the turbo whining around. I love it. And turning circle, yeah, it's really wide, but that is somewhat expected for this pickup truck. And the manual transmission itself too, I will commend it. It's not too long compared with the others and my former daily too, and it's surprisingly notchy and short. So if you're planning to drive this, I guess, in the province or in the twisties, yeah, this is actually really fun. And here now, body lean. I mean, yeah, it's expected. There's a lot. And let's flick it to the right. Okay, not bad of a handling too for this T8 Pro in terms of body lean. And then if you're planning to drive this more spiritedly than usual, like what I do before, right? So this T8 Pro, I would say in one word, good. That's all I can say with this vehicle. But for me, this is near perfect already, because it has the amenities of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And I would say too, the turning circle compared with the competition is just a tad tighter. Yeah, you still need to do a 3-point turn, but look at this. Around here in the Landers test route, I even remember one of its big rivals, the Ford Ranger. I needed to do a 3-point turn. This T8 Pro just did it in one swoop. And now, this is what surprised me the most. For the cost of all of this, for this T8 Pro Comfort base model manual, this one stands only at 1,063,000 pesos, and there's still discounts available for this pickup truck. Probably this T8 Pro is one of the best base model pickup trucks that you can buy out here today. So yeah, that concludes my final review here for today with this 4 episodes here at JAC Cars Pasig. So again, I'd like to thank everyone involved in these shoots. So one more time, hopefully in the future too, and I promise you guys, like in my E2B review, there will be a full-length review of the 505 coming right up. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more future reviews coming right up. Bye-bye.